Swan River, Manitoba is a town of 4,000 people close to the Saskatchewan border, and its latest claim to fame is that it hosted the 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. A crew from WCG-TV in Brandon broadcast 16 of the games over the course of 6 days and also streamed live for the first time on the CBC website. My name is Kevin Penner, and I've been involved with WCG-TV Swan River for more than 15 years. I had the good fortune to be part of the video production team all week during the Mixed Curling Championship and decided it was a great opportunity to share with you WCG-TV viewers what happens behind the scenes at an event like this. The center of the production is the WCG-TV media trailer. 5 of the 7 crew members work here during the entire game, while 2 camera operators cover the action up close in the curling rink on Sheet E, which hosted all the broadcasted games. We're going to get to the actual broadcast in a few minutes, but first, let's meet the team as they tell us about their part in the production.
My name is Vernon. I'm the director and switcher for the Swan River Mixed Curling Championships. Basically, what my role entails is telling the story for the viewers watching at home as what's taking place throughout the whole tournament as far as our curling coverage, making sure that all the positions from all camera people, and as far as our replay, our audio operator, our character generator for font, and making sure everything's timed properly and giving them the proper cues so that everything shows up properly on the screen at home for our viewers that see the coverage at home of the curling championships.
So on the studio camera, it's really nice. We've got a monitor on here, so again, you don't have to be right up by the eyepiece. You get to stand back, and that's where, you know, you can zoom.
You'll have it up higher later, right?
Yeah, we move it up. That's one of the things we do when we get set up in the mornings is we get the cameras all at the right height, we get them leveled, double check, make sure everything's working. That way we know when it comes to showtime, we just walk in and do it. So these are the tally lights. Because there are 3 cameras down here and then there are 2 remote cameras, Vern's gonna take 1 camera at a time. So if this light is on, then I know my shot is the one being broadcast, right? And he'll give a countdown, you know, stand by on camera 3, which is that far one, and then he'll say take 3, and then my light's gonna go off. And so when my light goes off, I know I can move, grab another frame, something like that, follow the action, give Vern another shot to be able to cut to.
Nate was also responsible for getting pre-recorded video of the commentators that played at the start of every game. You'll see some of that later in the broadcast.
Well, I am a camera operator for the curling production here in Swan River this week. Just operating either the handheld or the mid-ice camera, shooting down the ice, or operating handheld at the end. Nate and I switch off, and it's a lot of fun, and yeah, the days are going by fast. I'm learning a lot about curling, and I'm enjoying it. And then outside, usually I'm going out in the morning or the afternoon or evening and getting exterior shots of the building and just our surroundings. So we put that in the show as well, so people can see, you know, kind of where we're at, what Swan River is like, and we kind of get a sense of place as to where we are.
Then there are the remote-controlled overhead cameras that get a bird's-eye view of the action at each end. Originally, I thought I was going to be operating these cameras, but when I found out what was involved, I was very happy to let Danielle do it.
Yeah, so I'm the RoboCam operator. What I do is move the overheads that watch the houses and watch them coming down the ice, basically. That's all I do. So that's the reset button to the house, and then to the other end. So this is camera 5 on channel 2, and then camera 4 on channel 1 on my board.
Okay, so I guess it's pretty intense. You gotta stay with it the whole time, eh?
Gotta stay with it. Yeah. I'm not a video game person, so it's kind of hard to... It was hard getting into it, but yeah. Okay. Got used to it.
Okay, well I have 8 lapel mics, one for each of the members of the team out there. Basically try to get them on air when possible. Got 2 color commentators upstairs that are doing a great job. Keep them above and beyond the curlers, and a couple of ambient mics that just give us room tone and some noises. Try to make sure the on-air level is good and happy all the way through. Overall you know, cheerleader, I guess. I don't know.
I am prepping the intro. So I'm just getting in points set up for where the clips come in, and that it just looks nice and neat.
And during the show you're doing replays?
Yep, I do replays I can record 4 cameras in HD all the time. I can go back to any point of the game I want. Normally this is full of clips from every single camera, and then I can go back and just, that's why if you see me tagging stuff, it'll come up with like the names and stuff, so like red, and then whatever position they are, and then whatever they've done. So I do that, and then it just makes it right here, red second takeout, and then that labels the clips so that I know what to look for afterwards. Because Vern's busy up front, I'm responsible for making sure we're on air at all times, and do signal tests with Brandon in Toronto in this case, because this is a CBC production.
So, what was my job, you ask? Well, as audio assistant, I was responsible to see that all the wireless units had freshly charged batteries. Before each game, I would put the wireless mics on all the players, and after the game, I would run back inside the rink to collect the mics. It was a great opportunity to meet each and every player and engage them in brief conversation. My other job during the games was to update the text and graphics on the screen, which I will demonstrate later in the broadcast. Now, back to Vern Riddle to tell us more about the video switcher he uses.
So over here is our multi-viewer. For this production we do have 5 cameras, and that's all controlled through the switcher over here. So basically the switcher that you see in front of you here is all the buttons that controls all the inputs going into it, so all the different sources. As you see here, we have up to our 5 cameras. Green and red is our replay system, so we have 2 channels that will play video out from our replay system. We have our CG, which is basically all the font, the scores, standings, everything from graphics that you see on here. Over here is my transition, so whether I put in a dissolve or media wipe, that is done through those keys over there. And our keys over here, these are the ones I key in for or bring the font in over top of the image that you see. So if I wanted to bring in a graphic over this camera shot, I'll hit that button and that brings the font over top of it. Also, this funny looking bar over here is basically so I can do all my transitions. So if I want to mix between one camera shot to another, I can mix by using the bar, or I can cut it by using the cut button here. So I can cut or do transitions with the fader bar over there as well.
Yeah, there's people in La Sarre, northwest of Quebec, that are following us. If you just say hi.
It's where we won the provincial.
Oh yeah?
And they're following us like crazy.
And they're posting like everything.
Oh, really?
After every game they're making a post. So
So
that's super
what's
nice.
the city's name of the town?
It's
La Sarre.
Lasarre.
And it's a really small city, just like here.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, exactly
Small
the same.
community.
North?
Yes,
North.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where your provincials were?
Yeah.
That's where you had the flat tire.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you have to do a lot of preparation work for this.
There is, yeah, there's a lot of prep that goes into it. Basically creating all the graphics and the keys and making music and intros and timing out the schedule. So there's a lot of pre-prep involved with it, organization, and because this was a joint production with CBC, the CBC crew has been great. We've been working on this project since probably around, kind of started off around probably in August sometimes. So that's probably a shorter span that we've been organizing, putting this together and making sure all the elements is required to pull this production off. But with both teams working together, it's come together, and I'm hoping that we've put out a fabulous product for anybody that can't make it to Swan River. They can see it in the comfort of their home.
It's time to go back to the media trailer now to watch about 20 minutes of the Friday morning game between the unbeaten Quebec team and New Brunswick. It's 3 minutes before showtime, but the pre-game tension earlier in the week is gone now. This is how it was in the media trailer.
Go record on keep roll.
3 minutes.
Good show, everyone.
You have a good show, boss.
Very special show for Murray today for his 60th birthday. Big show. Absolutely. What do you like for treats there, Murray?
Hey, where are those streets, by the way?
A reward for a job well done.
What happened to those treats?
They're out in the ice surface.
Oh my gosh, 2:30.
You have a camera up in here too.
Oh.
That was the saddest statement I've heard today. What about me? What about the rest of the kids? Don't we get treats?
I got Brooker C so special. Not saying that she isn't, but come on.
Well, there was a bit of a rivalry going on out there between Booker C and Nate Dogg.
Oh, that's what's going on, eh? Oh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that over the...
2 minutes. Oh. I know where we stand. I know where we stand. All right. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll.
The Following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Puck 35.
Bumper on 2, getting the camera 1.
Puck 20. Yeah, and about 3, 2, 1.
Final day of the championship pool of the 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. One fans Matt Cullen and the host chair Murray Mullen. Got a good look at a heavyweight battle here this morning, Murray, with Team Quebec and Team New Brunswick. Quebec 8-0, New Brunswick 7-1. A very, very solid team.
Let's see if we're here.
They've had a couple of close games,
but 45 seconds out.
They're so far they've been unscathed and looking for a real good game today. Unscathed for sure, but they haven't had a look at a team like New Brunswick yet. Another very solid team led by Charlie Sullivan.
We're good.
Yeah, Charlie Sullivan, who has Briar experience.
30 seconds.
Very, very strong team as well. And although both teams are solidly into the semifinals, today's a very important
20
game
seconds,
because
19
seconds can happen to
Ready for
beat Quebec, and they'll have the seed higher than Quebec, and so it's a very important
this
game.
Is probably about 5, 10,
top seed
9,
of the semifinal
8,
could be on
7,
the line.
Ready,
6,
teams.
5, and yours.
Cue commentators.
Team Quebec from Chicoutimi, 5-hour drive north of Quebec City. Their lead, Veronique Bouchard, just her 4th season curling competitively, but here she is competing against Canada's best in the mixed. The second, Thierry Fournier, there you see him there on the left. Two very good teams at the very top of the standings. It should be a great game to start things off. The final day of the championship pool on sheet E, and it's time to have a look at our standings. For some teams it was good enough in the championship pool.
Here we go, boys and girls.
It wasn't with the head-to-head tiebreaker, and Team BC, it was a frustrating day for them.
Yeah, that's for sure. BC had got off to a rough start and played very, very well, and just missed out on a frustrating time for them and Saskatchewan.
Ready two.
Both those teams have one more game to go.
Ready 5.
Close out their tournament.
Ready 4.
That's pretty amazing, and just goes to show that what an athlete that she is, to be able to only play competitively for 4 years and win a provincial championship and then come to the Canadians and play as well as she has.
You want the takeout or no?
No, it's fine. Ready 2.
Didn't think so. Too early.
The team from Chicoutimi, Quebec certainly had a wild ride in their provincial. That was all the way in a small town called La Sarre.
The curling program?
The curling club, which is up a few kilometers north of Noranda, so all the way over at the Ontario border. That's a 12-hour drive for Quebec, and they credit their success to team bonding. They had a flat tire on their way there, and everybody had to get out and try and find the spare, put it on, and they had an interesting time, but they went undefeated with the provincial and 8-0 here in the national. It's going to be tough to beat the team from Quebec.
That 12-hour trip, certainly they have lots of times to do team bonding.
You bet. And more time with a flat tire. But they made it to La Sarre, and they wanted to make sure that they say hi to everybody. Big curling community there in northwestern Quebec.
Of course, we won't show you the whole game. The first end was uneventful as each team just traded rocks back and forth. As you watch, take notice of what end it is here and how many rocks have been played with the color icons along here.
No score after one.
3, 2, 1, roll red.
Roll it.
Take red. You're clear.
And happy news.
Yeah, it does actually. Coming back on to 5 and camera 2.
Ready?
Unless she starts throwing a couple of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 5. Cube commentators.
Welcome back to Swan River, Manitoba. 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship.
Take 2.
Cullen in the host chair, Murray Mullen. It's another edition of Mullen and Cullen. Sounds like a stand-up comedy routine.
5.
Murray, you've done a terrific job so far as the host chair. Volunteers have all been terrific. The tournament's gone great, and it's a big day for you because it's your birthday today as well. So happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Murray.
Rare miss for Team New Brunswick. Haven't seen that much this week.
Ready 2.
Steal of 2 for Team Quebec. They've been very tough to beat all week, and they like playing with the lead.
So the second end featured a steal of 2 by Quebec. The third end was uneventful, there was no change in score. The fourth end featured a shot that landed right on the button. The replay featured the handheld camera getting a good close-up.
Roll red.
Hit the Brunswick rock that you can see jamming back onto the Quebec rock.
Looks like a ready 4.
And
it's like right dead center of the house.
Ready 2.
One behind the guard and a
Take 2.
possible
Ready
double
key.
to be lying 2.
Ready 5.
Another double for Leah Thompson.
Nice shot.
Ready 2.
Keep going, Erica! Sorry, Erica.
Ready 2.
Talk about a hard sweep from Clough and Nason.
Back on 1.
Chance here for Sullivan.
Ready 1. And
tie it up.
Nope, not gonna do it.
How far can it go? Not far enough.
Nope.
That's a little quiet, but I can like
1 minute.
level my headset.
He's hitting the same level.
IB issued the timeout.
I know.
It could be somebody that had the volume's a little bit quieter on the TV.
It's yours.
Take 1. Cue commentator.
2-1 for the team from Chicoutimi, Quebec after 4 ends. The third Amélie Blais with me now. You've played a lot of tight games so far this week, and you've played very well defensively. Looks like the same here today with another low score. How have you been so good on defense?
Yeah, exactly. Our team is pretty good. We have a good hitting weight, so I guess it's what's make our team stronger.
Okay, my job here is to change the icons for the number of rocks that are left.
I change the score, and that's who has the hammer. I select one of them, I hit delete. When I hit cut, it goes live.
Okay, camera 2, can you give me a wide shot of the scores? Yep, we'll come back on a wide shot of camera 2.
9,
no, they're talking.
8,
Coming back on wide shot 2 is
6,
Gratitude.
5,
Pass
4,
it on.
3,
A message from
2,
the Foundation for a Better
1,
Life.
0. It's yours.
2. Cue commentators.
4 games going on this morning. The Swan River Curling Club in beautiful Swan River, Manitoba.
And number 5.
Unfortunate error by Charlie Sullivan. Just a couple of inches light on a draw.
Ready 2.
And now that just puts Quebec right in the driver's seat there, up 1 with the hammer, and we all know how well they play protecting leads.
I don't think she's missed any shots. I should have won maybe.
Ready 2.
Right in the driver's seat there, up 1. Long hit and roll to roll out to blank the end.
5.
But
5.
type of end that Quebec wants to play wide open, no rocks in play.
Takeout. I think this is the most takeouts I've ever. Look at this. Takeout, 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 take. Oh my God. Takeout, 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 takeout. All the way down. Freaking digging a hole into Timbuktu or something, everybody?
Ready 2.
Feels. Hold on.
5.
And a nicely thrown rock by the Quebec skip to blank the end. And a nice clean end, and just exactly what Quebec wants.
Take 2.
Red, ready.
Ready, red.
Come on, guys! Gets around the guard. Just needed about another 4 feet of weight, and it would have been a perfect
Green
shot.
if you want it.
Good job.
Got it.
Just back button. Sit down. Sit down. Very nice. Oh, well done. Perfect.
Really?
Ready, 2.
Very nice shot.
The
Take
rock
2.
into the house. I don't know if I call that a good shot.
Ready, 5.
The door is open now for Charlie Sullivan. Nice hit. No.
Button.
Yep.
Yeah?
Good. Nice shot.
I called it first
Nope.
for you.
No.
Oh,
Nice
damn
shot.
it.
They went on it a little bit early, and maybe if they could have held off on it, it might have been able to draw a little bit better. Well, there's a big break for New Brunswick. Haven't seen many misses from Team Quebec throughout this week.
When is it gonna be over?
Groans from Charlie Sullivan right from the start.
Tell him to take it.
Ready, 5. Take 5.
Just guessing.
Ready, 4.
Gets one, but still New Brunswick.
Ready,
Just a
2.
real tough break.
Oh, what?
He's ready.
He's in.
This side.
Ready, 5.
Oh, it's curling. It's curling.
Up a little bit. Jeepers.
Get ready, Paul.
Yeah. Whoa!
Super curl.
Ready, 2.
Sorry.
Ready, key.
It's not like you have a job to do or anything. Like,
Ready, 5.
Just gets no, it doesn't get around the door.
Ready, 4.
We have ourselves a tie game.
Ready, 5.
There we go.
Brooker C on red.
Ready, 2. Roll red.
Was down a little bit on their weight and hit and rolled out. Just catching a piece of it.
Ready, 4. Ready, 5.
And now that gives the opportunity for Quebec
Ready,
to
2.
peel that center line guard off.
Yep. In.
Last stone for Team Quebec. Late stages, a 2-2 game.
Last rock, step back right.
Just gets around the guard.
Stay there.
Right throw.
Take 5.
And it's a blank.
Come on, 2.
Well, exactly what Quebec wanted.
5. Take 5.
It's gonna be all artsy-fartsy now, eh? Oh.
Wants more gummy bears.
Anybody's game right now. Until they
Quebec with the
Ready, 1.
last rock for the
Ready,
4th
2.
straight end.
You want it on the house?
Yeah, please.
That's not the house.
Wrong house.
Wrong house.
You
Take
put it on
5.
my house?
She's been here all week and she just sent it to the other house.
Ready, 2.
Take out.
5.
For sure.
Ready, 4. Take 4.
So Quebec peels it off, and quickly Charlie Sullivan calls timeout.
Green.
And now the team is going to have to
Ready,
decide exactly what they want to do. 4 foot.
Okay, man. Big one.
Ready,
Big
2.
one coming up.
Take 2. Ready, key. He's in. Ready, 5.
Trying to force Quebec to make a shot. Yes. Last rock for New Brunswick.
5. Ready, 4. Ready, 2.
Oh, too
ready,
far.
4.
Too far. Too
4.
Doesn't get it.
Ready, 2. Take 2.
Over curled and rolled out. And
Ready, 5.
absolutely the worst case scenario for
Green.
Charlie Sullivan.
No, red.
A wide open
Ready,
hit.
Roll red.
Il faut juste faire attention, face de ligne,
You can see it just over curling. Needed about another 4 inches of that rock.
And mix 4. Good job. Ready, 2.
If you'd like to send
A
them
blank in the 7th to set them up with last rock, and the 8th, here it is, chance for the win.
Take 2. Ready, key. Key's in. Last rock. Ready, 5.
And there you go. Can you say 9-0?
Take 4. Ready, 2.
For Robert Desjardins.
Come on, Desjardins. Look
You
around.
don't want
Ready,
to
2.
give Desjardins
Ready, 2.
a
Take
wide
2.
open
Ready,
hit
green.
because you know that he's not going to
Roll green.
miss that, and that's just exactly what he did.
well thrown rock, and right on the nose for that single point and a 3-2 Quebec win. Very exciting game today.
Red, certainly exciting. Quebec has played tight all week long. Ready, break. And they do it again here against another tough team. Robert Desjardins. Still perfect. Break. In the 2018 Mixed Canadian Championship.
3, 2, 1. Roll red. And cue Mike.
Smiles for a Team Quebec. They're 9-0. Robert Desjardins. You blanked in the 7th to set yourself up with the hammer in the 8th. And you had to make that shot. What was going through your mind?
Well, the only thing I really thought might kill him.
Ready, 3. And mix 3. Stand by break. Mix CG. Stand by black. Fade out music in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fade to black. Good job, everyone.
Before I let the team go, I'll let each one tell you what they do when they're not working on a project like this.
Well, when I'm not here and helping out with Westman on their productions, I have my own photo and video business called Little Creek Photo and Video. So I do a lot of wedding and family portraiture and wedding videos. I also work for the Brandon Wheat Kings doing camera operation there in the winter. And so yeah, I have my hands in a few different areas, and it keeps me busy and keeps things exciting and different every day.
When I'm not doing this, I'm usually at school. I took a week off school to be here.
At Assiniboine?
At Assiniboine Community College for the Interactive Media Arts program.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
When I'm not curling, I do a fair amount of live music mixing, I guess. And then I play drums and, you know, a couple of bands. A little original band called 18 Rabbit. Maybe somebody should check that out. 18rabbitrocks.com.
I'm the mobile producer, so I go around to different sporting events and debates and theater events and stuff like that and set up the exact same thing for them. So I basically do every position in this truck. Maybe not well, but I do every position in the truck on some kind of level. So it's actually been a good week for me with this because I've gotten quite a bit better at the replay unit than I have been in the past. So it's made that kind of nice. So
I'm the team lead for WCG TV in Brandon, and basically my role is just making sure that we have a fabulous team in there as well locally in Brandon. We have myself, and we have 4 full-time members and 2 casual members. We're very fortunate enough that we've had great volunteers, and hopefully I always look at it in this type of field that you kind of have to love what you do in order to create the content needed. And you know, to me I find that when people go out, it hopefully doesn't feel like work, that you're having fun and you're providing content to your local communities, and that's kind of what, in this day and age, I find that it's getting to be less and less. And luckily, you know, working with Westman Communications, we've invested a lot of money into upgrading equipment and providing live coverage to a lot of the communities, and not only Brandon, but all the surrounding communities as well.
Okay, there's everybody. Say hi to the camera.
Oh, yeah, this is video. Hi.
Who are we missing? So that was my experience at the 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. There were times when it got quite repetitive, like trading takeouts, but overall it was really interesting listening to the commentators and everyone doing their thing in the media trailer. Quebec went on to play Ontario in the final with 11 straight wins, but lost the game on the last shot.
Our silver medalist, Team Quebec.
At the awards banquet that evening, everyone was in good spirits. Small Town Pride helped Swan River host an excellent event, raising the bar for Winnipeg's Fort Rouge Club next year.